Hey, how's it going, guys? Well, in today's video, my son Tanner and I head up to a ghost town. When we got to the location, it was really windy, and as you might know, I broke my microphone mount, so I wasn't able to use my microphone with dead cat. The audio isn't the greatest in this video, and I apologize for that. It's going to take a few days for the replacement parts to get here. I tried to clean up as much of the audio as I could in post. I hope you enjoy the video as much as we enjoyed going out there and exploring that location. In the description there's some links to the source material that I used for the making of this video, and also some Amazon affiliate links to the equipment that I used to make this video. Just a friendly reminder, if you're going to shop on Amazon anyway, I would consider it a personal favor if you'd go through one of those links. That's one small way that you can support this channel financially, just by doing your regular Amazon shopping through one of the links that you find in the description of the video. Thanks in advance if you decide to do that, and if you can't afford to do that, then we're probably cousins. So enjoy the video, and I'll see you at the end. Oh, that's much better. Greetings and salutations. Coming to you from a stop along the TNT Railroad, Tonopah and Tidewater. One or the other. This particular stop along the line is called Leland. I'm standing behind my truck because it's pretty windy right now. I'm going to try to get my drone up in the air. I don't know if that's going to work, but depending how crappy the audio is, I might have to do some voiceovers and edit, so I apologize profusely in advance. There's not much left. You see anything left? Just weeds? Yeah, I remember this place was bustling about 100 years ago, and then after the railroad shut down in the early to mid 30s, yeah, there wasn't any reason to keep anything here. And then when the War Department took over the railroad and started tearing everything up, all the tracks and the ties and the structures along the way, and all that stuff got recycled in the war effort. Interesting fact, on the TNT Railroad, a lot of the tracks ended up over in Egypt to fight the war against the Nazis over in the desert. But about the only thing left now is a couple sticks of wood sticking up out of the ground. Some pottery. It's likely a privy. Here's the railroad grade. This heads towards Death Valley Junction, and this heads towards Beatty, Nevada, which is the other side of those mountains over there. And you see that road going up there on the horizon, that road up in there. That's where we're headed. And about 4 miles up that road is the old town of Lee. There's not much left there either, but there's a lot of stone foundations. And I'm hoping that it's not as windy up there. These footings right here are probably, well, judging on how close it is to the railroad grade, I would assume that this is probably the water tower, the water tank, and maybe the coal hopper. And that's probably part of the train station. What the hell do I know? There's an abundance of canned dumps, and there's absolutely no shortage of tobacco tins. These concrete piers and foundations. An occasional dilapidated slab. To let you know that somebody was here. Well, let's get the drone up in the air. Leland is a former railway hamlet in the Amargosa Valley in Nye County, Nevada. Leland was founded in 1906 at the 144-mile marker of the Tonopah and Tidewater Railroad. that started its operations this same year. On October 15th of the next year, a rail station was opened in Leland, and regular train service for both passengers and cargo was created. The station building itself, that had 3 rooms, was opened a week later, as well as an office of Wells Fargo. Both structures had dirt floors and lacked electricity and plumbing. The rail station was the first station on the TNT Railroad in Nevada across the border with California. According to an interview with Deke Lowe, the foreman of the rail section, most of the times an Anglo-American lived with his family in the house in Leland. Lowe said the foreman's auxiliaries, who were primarily of Mexican origin, lived with their families in one-room residences. Most of the auxiliaries did not speak English and left Leland within a year of their arrival. Leland Station was used for the transportation of raw materials that were brought in from the mining settlement Lee, that was situated about 5 miles west of Leland in California. Lee boomed in 1906. A stage line between the two settlements was established by C.E. Johnson. As Lee grew, Leland grew with it. Leland had 6 or 7 inhabitants by 1909 and 25 by 1911. On October 23, 1911, a post office was established with George Railton as postmaster. Leland had its heyday the next year and started to shrink afterwards because Lee's economy collapsed. Leland's post office shut down on November 14, 1914. By then the place was still a water stop at the railway, but it was gradually forgotten. Leland's rail station continued to exist until April 1931, when the station and other facilities were burnt down by Jack Bereason, who committed suicide afterwards. Eventually, the tracks of the TNT Railroad were removed in the early 40s. Yeah, not much to see. So we're going to head up to the site of Lee Camp. Well, we're above the town of Lee's Camp, or Lee, California. You can see a bunch of the mine workings up in the hills up there, over yonder. Here's what they were after. Vein of quartz. Be cool to take a metal detector up here and see if there's any nuggets in this quartz. We can see people have been chipping away at it. Well, we're wandering around here and I'm flying a drone. I'll read to you from an excerpt I found on a website, because the way that they said it is a lot more eloquent than I could say it, so I'm just going to read it verbatim. And then I'll post a link in the description where you can go to learn about a lot of different of these old mining and abandoned towns during the boom bust years, the late 1800s and early 1900s. There's a mess of them. A lot more than are written in that website, but I'll put a link in the description to that website if you want to go check it out. Lee, California, also called Lee's Camp. This place got its start after the wild bullfrog rush in 1904, causing prospectors to flock over the region. 2 of these prospectors were ranch brothers named Richard and Gus Lee, who decided to leave their ranch at Resting Spring, California, and give prospecting a try. With the help of a man named Henry F. Finney, they soon found 2 gold ledges in November of 1904, which they named the State Line and the Hayseed Mines, just inside California. As word got out, hunters more flocked to the area in search of their fortunes, and the Lee Mining District was formed in March 1905. A few months later, in October, a similar condition existed on the west side of the Funeral Range, and the Echo Mining District was organized. The 2 districts were then merged and became known as the Echo Lee Mining District. Another man by the name of David M. Post had found gold in the low hills east of the original Lee Camp in Nevada, and the Post Mining District was formed on that side of the state line. Before long, 2 town sites were created to cash in on the boom, one in California and the other in Nevada. Both were called Lee after the Lee brothers who had started the rush. Within sight of each other, straddling the state line, another addition grew up between the two called Lee Annex. As the two town sites were developed in 1907, the Bullfrog miner observed, quote, "It is claimed that a camp is never fairly certain of a good future until it has a town site fight," end quote. And such a fight was on now. The Nevada company promised to soon have telephone connections, a corral, a feed yard, a restaurant, rooming house, and of course a saloon. In California, the Lee town site boasted a restaurant, a rooming house, a saloon, and a general store by February. In the end, Lee, California would win out when the principal owner of the Hidden Treasure Mining Company and Lee, California promoter struck pure water about 3 miles east of Lee and immediately began to announce plans to lay a pipeline and build a pumping station to bring the water to Lee, California. The effects of the panic of 1907 began to be felt in Lee, and the decline began. Storekeepers and other merchants who depended on a steady flow of cash to stay solvent began to leave in the first half of 1908, although there were still 11 mining companies active in the Echo Lee mining district. By June, Lee had dwindled to only 3 stores, a saloon, and a restaurant. Still, the town and the mines continued, but not for long. The post office closed in 1912. Today, there's little left but empty mine shafts and tunnel, a few stone foundations, an old stone bridge, dugouts, and a lot of debris. It's located near the Nevada state line at the eastern foot of the Funeral Range, 30 miles south of Rhyolite, Nevada. Anheuser-Busch. Remember the bottle house? Man, it should be nice to find an intact bottle out here. But it ain't gonna happen. Okay, give you an idea of where we're at. Well, we're up at one of the mines here. See, there's a mine hole. But if you look off, way off in the distance, over that patch of white at the base of that hill, that's where that abandoned gun range is. And just to the left of it, midway up the hill there, is that open pit mine on the east side of Rhyolite. So Rhyolite is right at the base of that mountain. How's it going there? Yeah, let's see how far it goes.
How far does it go?
Let me see if I can't fall into this pit. You know how to drive the Jeep, right?
I am not driving the Jeep.
You're not driving the Jeep?
No.
Well, how are you going to get help if I fall in? Okay.
Hey Dad, what does it look like down there?
It looks like a hole in the ground.
Do you see anything?
I see a hole in the ground. A bat.
Okay.
I see a bat.
I can't call Mom because I don't have any ears.
There's a bat in here.
Bat in there?
Yeah.
Is there any floor?
It's nice and cool in there.
It's so windy and cold. I wish I could go down there.
Well, we won't go down there today.
You need a string, man.
A string? Yeah, we need a plan is what we need.
Daddy, don't fall off.
Okay, I won't fall off.
You won't. You would not fall off. I think this is called a black hole, Daddy. Because it's all dark, so it's all black
Yeah,
hole.
it's a black hole because it's all dark. Yeah.
There's a hole right there.
Yeah, there's probably safer mines that we can go explore. But,
I'm going.
BLM has that one covered. Alright. I'm going to try to get you out here without absolutely.
It's actually a trap for me. Don't. I'm not staying on that.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to fall in that. Deep enough to hurt. Pretty interesting stuff, huh? Like I said, it was really windy that day, and of the over 2 hours of footage that I had, it was really hard to find 15 or 20 minutes worth of usable stuff where the audio wasn't completely pooched and I couldn't do anything with. But I hope that was entertaining and informative nonetheless. If you like the video, please hammer away the like button and share with your vast social media network. That'll help YouTube's algorithm to recommend this to other people. If you like this kind of content, please subscribe and then click the bell icon right next to the subscribe button so that you can be notified the next time we make an adventure video. Because you don't want to miss these adventures. They're kind of fun. You can live vicariously through us. That's all I got for you today. So as always, you have fun, stay safe, shoot straight, keep your powder dry, and have a splendid day. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Bye now.